Hey everyone, welcome back to my channel. I'm Madeline Vaughn. I thought since Death Before Dishonor has now been out for 2 years that I would read the prologue. Please note that I am not a professional audible voice actor or anything like that. So let's just try it. We'll see what happens, okay? It is also available on Kindle Unlimited for free on Amazon for the ebook. If you don't have Kindle Unlimited, it's 99 cents. You can buy a signed copy off my website, and I'll leave all those links below. Or I believe you can still get it on Barnes & Noble along with a hard copy or paperback version on Amazon. So anyways, links will be below. Let's do this. Prologue. 2008, somewhere near Manta, Ecuador. In 1959, the United States developed an idea with naval forces from several countries within Latin America, Ecuador being one of those countries. A program was designed to have each Navy conduct joint training naval operations through the execution of onshore-offshore warfare, maritime interdiction operations, countering transnational organized crime, anti-surface warfare, electronic warfare, communications exercises, and air and amphibious operations to increase interoperability and capability between participating naval and marine forces. In 1960, the first meeting took place and the exercises commenced. This program still continues today. The people I work for outside of the Navy found out about the original agreement from some of the higher powers that be. They saw it as an opportunity to make their own kind of agreement. The new agreement that Ecuador has is that we would assist with enhancing their offshore security with the hope to prevent drug trafficking in and around their ports. That part is legit. We work with them and the Coast Guard to help prevent drug trafficking. My part of the mission is a bit different though, and definitely not a part of typical naval orders. Of course, only a handful of us know about this side of the agreement that was formed. My part of the mission is to oversee a different kind of operation yearly, sometimes twice a year. Part of my duties include conducting training exercises for ours and Ecuador's Navy, providing a tour to the mayor of Manta, and making sure things run smoothly overall. That's what anyone looking in would see anyway. My unofficial assignment is to meet with our drug cartel contact and provide the coordinates of our fleet and of the Coast Guard. This way they would be able to bypass our efforts and continue with their drug trafficking. By providing this little bit of intel, we are paid handsomely. I like to consider it making more of a diverse portfolio, if you will. Don't get me wrong, occasionally they do give up a low-level runner so people won't catch on. The Navy has to have a win occasionally. This run will be my last for a bit. My mission has a new task this trip, and once it's done, I'll need to lay low for a while. God, I miss the days with the SWCC. For those of you that don't know what that means, it is written in the prologue. It is Special Warfare Combatant Craft Crewman. That's why it's abbreviated. We would load up a ship with heavy artillery, know our target, take it out, and call it a day, or swoop in and pick up those SEAL MFers. I don't think I can cuss on YouTube. But days like that seem like a lifetime ago. Don't delete my account, YouTube. After my meeting with our contact, observing the training exercises and making one other stop, I'm finally heading back to the ship. It's nearing the end of our last day in Ecuador. The sun is starting to set as the crew prepares for our departure. As I get closer to the port, my phone starts to ring. What? Why is he still snooping around? I thought you were handling the situation. The metallic cold voice slices into my eardrum. I've been overseeing drills and slipping away to meet our contact, who is generous enough to provide a bit of assurance in powder form. That's not all you slipped away to do, he says with disdain. Now you're having me followed? I can't take any chances. I already had to cut someone who I thought could handle this influx of cash, but the pressure got to him. Do I need to remove you and Fallon from the situation, or do you think you can finish the mission you were assigned? I'm getting back to the ship now. It'll be done this evening. Handle it, or it becomes a 2-for-1 kind of night. Understood. The call ends and I have to restrain myself from launching my cell phone into the ocean. As I get back on the ship, I think through the main assignment I was given for this trip, and that's to remove Fallon. We have been told that he's been talking to others and found out about our agreement. He's been following us or having us followed, and now he's been snooping around the entire time we've been traveling here. He's been spotted in parts of the ship that he has no reason to be in. My hand gravitates to my pocket and I feel for a small package of white powder that's intended for my target. The sun has disappeared for the day and the moon is covered by a never-ending cloud bank, making it eerily dark on the deck of the ship. While a quarter of the crew is in the mess for dinner and the remainder is either manning the ship, taking inventory, or preparing for our departure, I ask Mike to discuss his thoughts on an upcoming mission. He doesn't know that I know he's been looking into our plans, so he meets me on the deck near the bridge, but within a blind spot, keeping us undetected. I hand him a cup of coffee laced with the package from earlier. With it being chilly out this evening, he doesn't think twice as he grabs the cup and starts to drink. I've heard that cocaine is tasteless when mixed with something acidic like coffee. I've also heard that caffeine from coffee mixed with cocaine can increase your heart rate and blood pressure. The extra additive from our local drug dealer doesn't hurt to ensure the task is handled quickly. The coughing turns into a gurgle from the choking and chemical combo that it's causing. That stuff works really fast. He leans over the edge of the ship to try and get a good breath. I set down my coffee before lifting his legs to push him over, helping him slip into the void of the ocean. It's dark enough out, and with the wake the ship creates, he's gone. I lean down to grab my coffee from the deck, take another sip, and look up toward the bridge, noticing that nobody is any wiser about what happened. There aren't too many minutes on this ship without someone else around. This happens to be a few of them. I sip my coffee and head back to our war room to finish out my evening, knowing my contact will be picking up Fallon's body and taking care of disposal. The next day, operations and exercises aboard go on as planned. It isn't until late the following evening that someone asks about Mike. The word spreads quicker on a ship than teenage girls gossiping. I order the helmsman to slow the ship and sound an alert to have everyone start looking. I also ask for Coast Guard and Air Force to be called to assist with possible search and rescue in case he fell overboard. I have to keep up appearances, right? I think to myself, I hope our cartel friends took care of the situation before starting their search and rescue efforts. After several days of joint efforts, we decide to continue our journey home. Mike Fallon has not been located at this time and is being considered MIA. As we pull into our port, our crew lines the ship for our homecoming tradition. I prepare myself to speak with the Fallon family. Working my way through the crowd, I spot Maverick, David, and Emily standing next to Evelyn, Mike's wife. Their smiles immediately fade. Being in the military, when someone other than your family greets you, it usually isn't for a good reason. What happened? Evelyn asked me first, her green eyes searching my face for answers that won't be the ones she wants to hear. We aren't sure. He was seen all over the ship every day while we were out. It wasn't until the second night of us traveling home that someone mentioned he was missing. I explained while looking at each of them. What do you mean missing? Emily asked as she moves closer to hug her mother. She's a spitting image of her mother except with red hair. He's been declared as MIA for now. We still have Air Force up, Coast Guard is out, and our teams are still also out looking for him. We haven't given up. I try to convey in my best Go Navy voice. What can we do? David and Maverick ask at the same time. Take care of your mother and sister. I'll be in touch. I spend a few more minutes with them, offer to see them to their car, and then head to the station to grab some items from my office before my brief R&R. 11 months have now passed, and Mike Fallon has officially been declared MIA. I've made my obligatory check-ins with the Fallon family to show support. Evelyn seems closer to laying his memory to rest since the last time I saw her at her house to give her the Navy contact information on who to call to plan the military service that Mike deserves. Her appearance has changed since my last visit. The lack of answers has aged her with her white hair and newly formed wrinkles. A smile almost appears as she blathers on about how her daughter Emily is planning to follow in her dad and brother's footsteps to join the Navy, and how she's leaving for basic soon after a quick hiking trip with her brothers. I think to myself about how interesting it would be to have all the Fallons in such close proximity. I let Evelyn know that I'll see about having her assigned to me so I can keep an eye on her. Evelyn thanks me and sees me to the door. Once I get back to my car and out of earshot of anyone passing by, I make a quick call. What is it? I have some news, I tell him. Are you going to make me guess what it is? Emily is leaving for basic soon. She, David, and Maverick have a quick hiking trip planned before she leaves. They'll all be together. It'd be a shame if there were an accident, I explain. Call the new guy, have him fill out the situation, see if he has any intel. That was my plan. I'll be in touch. Chapter 1. So again, this is on Kindle Unlimited for free, and then Amazon ebook is 99 cents. On my website, you can order a signed copy or not a signed copy, whatever you choose. I will also be at a few signings in Kansas City later on in the year, and I'll leave that information below as well. If you like this content, please don't forget to subscribe and share the video to help reach others out there in the YouTube world. Thank you so much.